Hey everyone, welcome to this video on Google Docs. This is the third video so far, and today I'm going to cover the Insert tab, which is right there. The last video I actually did two. I did the Edit and the View tabs because they're both kind of small, and there wasn't much to cover in each one, so I just doubled up. And then the first one I covered everything there is to know in the File tab. So today, it's time to talk about the Insert tab. So let's get this started. So first off, I want to say that the Insert tab is, in a weird way, the most fun tab. Like, if I had to pick a tab that was the most fun, I would probably pick the Insert tab. My reason being is because there's a lot of room for creativity in the Insert tab. So the Insert tab is going to help you out the most if you got a lot of ideas for cool, creative things that you want to add to your document, and it's fun to play around with sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and just talk about each thing one by one. So, alright, so let's say you want to put in an image to your document. There's multiple different ways you can do that. You have 6 different options. You could just upload it from your computer, which is the most common, or you could search it from the web. You could upload it from your Google Drive, your photos, your Google Photos, or you could, if you had like a URL, you could just paste that in there. And then lastly, I don't recommend you do this, but you could just access your computer, laptop, camera, and then do it that way. It's probably going to be less quality, but if that's what you need, go for it. Next, we have the table, which is basically like if you just want to put a small insert of like a spreadsheet, that's essentially what it is. So you could just, let's just say it's like 4x3. Boom, then you have your 4x3 table. You can fill these boxes in with, well, I'm just doing random words that don't make sense. But that's how you do that if you wanted to put like a little table in to show whatever information you need. And you also can do drawings. So I pretty much never use this drawing tool or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it's technically called. I don't really use it. If I'm going to do some kind of graphic, I will use Canva or like Adobe Illustrator, but if you wanted to use Google Drawings, you could, and that's where you find it right there. And if you have to do a chart, so if this is for like a meeting and you have to show statistics, this is where you could access your bar chart, and as well as the columns, align, pie, and then if you wanted to access something from your sheets, you could do it that way as well. So that's where you get those. And then up next, we have the horizontal line. So the horizontal line is actually really handy if you want to split up your page into like separate parts. So one of the main reasons I use it, if I'm organizing the content I want to cover in a video, I usually have bullet points set aside. I'm just going to do like letters just for the example right now. I usually have bullet points, and like each one is a different idea, A, B, C, D, E, F. And so once I have them all, like all of my ideas are on paper, what I do is if I know that it's going to take about 10 minutes to cover A, B, and C, I go in there and then I put a horizontal line so it breaks it up. So I know, okay, A, B, and C, that's one video. And then let's say it's going to take another 10 minutes to do D and E, and then I will just put another horizontal line. And so I break it up that way. I don't think there's really like a technical or specific purpose for the horizontal line. I don't know, maybe there is, I just don't know about it. But if you want to find it, that's where you go. You can also add footnotes to your document right there by clicking on footnote. And that looks super cool, but I don't need it. And so I'm going to get rid of it. That's where you find that. Special characters. This is fun to play around with. I remember when I was like studying astronomy, I would go in here and I would find like the little symbol for Mars, which isn't there anymore, but I swear I had all the different planets. Let's see, Venus. Oh, they don't have them anymore. But this is where you find any characters that you need to find. You can access them, like the different icons, different symbols, I don't know, just like cool, fun little doodads to add character to your document. That's where you find those. It's fun to play around with. You can also do your equations here. Like I said in the previous video, I never use them. There's another way you could find it. So if you watch the last video, you know that if you wanted to go to view, you can actually show the equation toolbar and do it that way as well. But like I said, I don't use it, so I don't really know anything past that. I just know where you can find it. You can find it under the Insert tab, Equation, or View, and then do the equation toolbar if that's what you need. And then also your header and page number, so you can find your header, footer, and your page number and page count. If you want to put a page break, you could do that as well. What that basically does, it just creates a new page, even if this page isn't full of words. It's not like completely crowded, it's not full, and you still need a separate page. That's where you do that. I'm gonna Control Z because I only need one page. And if you want to put a link in there, this is pretty cool, because if you want, you could just put the text in there and say, I want to put, let's just say I'm going to put like, hi. No, better, let's put a state, California. I'll just do this to give you an example. So if I'm going to put a link in here, it automatically searches for like California, and I could click on the Wikipedia link. So this is really cool. So it automatically searches for California, and then you find more, or you just automatically link and then apply, and then boom. So that's really cool. Something to keep in mind if you need to attach a link. You find it under the Insert tab, and then of course you could put bookmarks. You could put a link in the bookmark if you wanted to. And then you have the table of contents here as well, so you could do with page numbers. And if that's the case, if you're going to do it with page numbers, you should probably add that here beforehand. And then you can also do the blue links, and you just have to make sure that you have headings so that it knows where to get the information for your table of contents. So that is it for the Insert tab. Hopefully this video helped you out. Like I said before, this is kind of fun to mess around with. If you're creating a document, you have some time, you just want to make it look a little bit more professional and add images and clarify things even further, I definitely recommend going under the Insert tab and seeing what options you have here. And then there's, of course, going to be more content coming in the future with more videos as I go through each tab and explain everything underneath it. And then I'm also going to do some explaining all these over here and just overall the layout of documents. So hopefully that's helped you out, and thank you so much for watching.